I'm E-102, Gamma. I have destroyed Dr. Robotnik's evil machine by my own volition. Now, I will rescue the animals. I rescued E-104 Epsilon in the Red Mountain. E-101 Beta and E-101 Zeta. Goes too fast for me. I don't know why. I used to be able to talk fast enough. But you know, he already said that kind of stuff.
E-103 Delta.
And skipping that, because that's the same thing, pretty much. But yeah, in that recap there, Gamma said he will save the animals. And usually because everyone's already finished Gamma's story by now without having to actually stop, you usually don't get to see those recaps very often. So, most people wouldn't really know that that was the purpose of what Gamma's doing. Go after the animals.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
So we are basically done with everything out here, so now all that we have to do is go to the egg carrier crash site. For right here. I like that hover booster. Or jet booster, excuse me, because it helps with platforming.
E-Series data. Beginning search. Accessing data. Hot shelter. E-Series location confirmed. Unlocking hot shelter sector now.
Now, that tune that just played when Gamma was here, that's the only time that tune plays. That was intended originally to be the tune for the egg carrier after it crashed into the ocean. I'm not kidding, it actually says that. Now, I could just go in here. Take the monorail, because I'm not going to be taking it anymore. The only time you ever really need to take the monorail is when you're playing Big Story, and that's it. I'm just doing it for the heck of it. Because why not? Alright. Now, before I go into the hot shelter, I'm going to go get Gamma's last upgrade, and it is up here in the other room. This room is the reservoir. Wastewater to be drained is stored here. While the egg carrier is in the air, this is full of water, and you can't get the item in here. The item, however, is actually useless, but I have to get it anyway, because I did say I'm getting all upgrades.
Here's your laser blaster. Its blast damages enemies in a wide pattern.
Now, the intended idea for the laser blaster is to be able to damage multiple enemies within a larger blast radius. But due to how the mechanic works for Gamma, it's pointless. It looks nice, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, done with that. Let's go into the hot shelter. Stage 5, last stage for Gamma. Then final boss. And then I can talk a little bit. So this is the only multi-part stage that Gamma goes through. See that explosion radius? It's such a shame that it's kind of pointless. And also, in here in the bathroom, where Amy came out of, we avoid that first area entirely, but Gamma gets a new area exclusive to him. And I'm just doing that to destroy all the robots because I want to be a wannabe E123 Omega. Also, there's the fact that we got a magnetic barrier, which I'm pretty sure would screw up Gamma entirely if actual physics worked here. Oh! And I can skip all that, because why not? And thankfully, I can just shoot the switch rather than have to jump over. Okay. Now we go into the new area, because Amy actually goes the other way. This is an area exclusive to Gamma. Remember what I said about that whole blast radius thing being kind of pointless? Case in point. If anything's too spread out there, pointless. You don't even need to get it. And usually, most people don't. Either by not knowing about it, or just the fact that it's pointless. I get it because, you know, I need to get all the upgrades.
High-speed cargo station is ahead.
But even so, that is a very big blast radius compared to Gamma's regular laser blaster. Now let's get up here. Okay, how many of them did I get? That should have done it right, and that takes me to the next part of Gamma's stage. The only time when he has a transition in between areas of a stage, because usually he doesn't. This one is special, though. And it's the fact that you're on this high-speed train section that Sonic Heroes somewhat emulates in Bullet Station. Oh, I'm gonna have a field day with all these things that I just destroyed. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, let's do this again. Stupid Kiki. There we go. Now, if you're not careful here, you might actually run out of time. And believe me, you can. If you do, Gamma just deactivates, and that's it. And then we want to hit that button up there. And that ends it. Ah! Badniks everywhere. They're spies. Look, someone get me a torch. Ah! Thankfully, I can just, like, activate this at any time when need be, and I can just, like, utterly destroy everything. Something that I'm not gonna be able to do in TF2 after they nerf the base jumper. Oh, man. I'm sorry, I am kind of recording this after they, did that whole thing with the jungle updates. Like, I'm not recording after they did the jungle update. I'm talking, like, for that, blog post they did, where they were gonna talk about a lot of, weapons getting rebalances and that. I am pretty sore over it, and I feel like it's just gonna utterly screw over everything. Anyway, enough talking about TF2. E105 Zeta. Attack the guns. Those are your real targets. You get all the guns. And there we go. Fun fact, Zeta was like this from the beginning in Sonic X when Gamma came back to the egg carrier.
E105 Zeta. Rescue complete.
And Zeta's body just doesn't want to give me the spotlight. But that be that for the hot shelter. Takes a little longer than other levels. And now there's only one left. And we cannot go in there because you can only go in there for that one cutscene. So we might as well just go finish up and then end Gamma's story. And then after we finish Gamma's story, we unlock the last story.
E105 Zeta rescue complete. Units remaining.
Beta. And
Gamma. Beta.
I honestly thought there'd be a loading screen, but no, there isn't. But yeah, Gamma did remember. Gamma is an E-Series robot too, with an animal inside it. Which means that Gamma will also have to destroy itself. And upon doing so, we learn why Gamma reacted when... Okay, I wasn't expecting a loading screen, but anyway, E101 Mark II. The evolved form of Beta. Once Beta does that, attack. You can only attack when you see the tackle happen. That's the only time you can attack Beta. You gotta do this 4 times. Other than that, either Beta will deflect your missile or dodge. Nice music too. It's a lot different than the normal music that you get for fighting these series robot, but you know, this is Gamma's final boss. But I just gotta say this, in Sonic X, when both Gamma and Beta are destroyed, it's so touching. It's so touching just how it happens. Anyway, I gotta hurry this up, because remember, you are on that time limit as well. You still have those 3 minutes. And if you don't do things right, you'll deactivate before you destroy Beta. Oh, that's a big one. Alright, where are you? And that'll do it! Yeah, if you do it just right, you should be able to get done before you lose half of your time. And that's it for Gamma's story.
Mission complete.
Gamma, however, because he was actually an Eggman robot, Gamma has a very tragic story. Especially now. So, I'm just gonna let this play out. Surprise, sucker! Yeah, I had to. Notice that particular flicky. So just gonna spoil it now. You know that pink flicky that, when Amy came to the egg carrier? You know that pink flicky that was with that, gray one? Wait for it. The pink flicky is what's powering Gamma. And Gamma just has to make the biggest explosion ever. And then at the end, if you look real carefully as it fades to black, you will see the pink flicky. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet right now, and they're just everyone upstairs again. Ugh. But that's it. After you've completed all 6 character stories, the final story is unlocked. The final story will tie up everything with a nice big bow. So, Since Gamma's theme doesn't have any actual song to it, I can talk a little bit. Because I'm going to be silent for the last one because it's the main theme of the game, Open Your Heart, and I don't want to talk over that. So this is going to be kind of my part where I talk about the game and such. And one thing I definitely love that Sonic Adventure did that I wish got better praise was how they did all of the different... It's how they have all the different characters playable and have their own takes on each character while still kind of sticking with the overall story. I really, really like that, and I wish it would be done more. I really do. This is kind of one of my favorite styles of Sonic gameplay, is the fact that you're playing multiple characters. Each character has their own part to play in the overall story. And it's like from their perspective. Sometimes things are different, sometimes things are the exact same. But I really like that. And I'm glad that they did that with this game. Plus, given how they did things with the adventure fields and that, it helps flesh out the world. I talked about this in Sonic Boom. I like how they did that because it helped flesh out the world, introduce actual characters rather than just have very few, like just... One thing the modern games don't really do anymore is actually give a world. It's just, you go into stages, you play them, you smash robots, you boost through the level, and you just try to go for the fastest time while either collecting stuff along the way, like those red star rings and that. I really wish there were more Sonic games that did stuff like this. Stuff that was more open, more diverse. And I know that the Sonic franchise can do this without it turning out bad. I'm not saying the other games that did it were bad. Remember, I played 06, I played Boom, I enjoyed them. And both play pretty much like this. I really think this formula works really well. It's just that all those games were kind of rushed in development and had problems that came up that they just couldn't iron out in time. But that doesn't make the games bad. I mean, like, they're still pretty solid. And I do mean pretty solid. This game especially. Because it's the one that started in the first place. I really want SEGA at some point to do another modern Sonic game kind of like this. Maybe even similar to Unleashed in terms of its hub worlds and that. I don't want the franchise just going down the crapper and be nothing but just a franchise that's all about bad memes, taking shots at stuff that wasn't received well, and just something to be more respectable about. More like what they did before they got to the modern era. That's what I would like. Anyway, as much as I want to review this game, like, I kind of reviewed this game. I know it's not exactly as good as most games are in the franchise, but this is still a pretty solid title. So I'll see you guys next time for the final story.